Hey guys, and welcome back to United Rawtics. And in this video, I'm going to be previewing Manchester United's game against Burnley on Sunday. So obviously, United have had a really rough start to the season. We lost the game against Arsenal and we drew the game against Fulham. And if you'd have asked most United fans at the beginning of the season, before we had even played any game, most of us wouldn't have expected this kind of start to the season where we would not have any win so far. And we've even played against Grimsby Town in the Carabao Cup, but we didn't win. We lost the game. So at the moment, it's obviously really negative around United. All the fans are angry. Some of them don't trust Ruben again. Some want the coach out. Some want him to stay. Personally, I want him to stay because I believe he's the guy for various reasons, which I'm not going to talk about in this video. Yeah, so United play their third game of the season, where we look to get our first win. After playing 4 games, we haven't had a win. So hopefully this game against Burnley on Saturday will give United the opportunity to grab their first win of the season. And this game is also going to be interesting in terms of the people Ruben picks, because the players he picks, because for the first 2 games in the Premier League season against Fulham and Arsenal, he played with a kind of fluid front three of Konya, Mbemo, and Mason Mount. Now, this game against Burnley, it's going to be interesting to see who he's going to play in the front three, if whether he's going to stick with Konya and Mbemo and Mount, or if he's going to change it and play an out and out striker. And obviously, the game against Grimsby was really bad, a bad performance from the team, but I think there's some positives United fans can take going into the season, the rest of the season. Zirkzee, we hadn't seen any of him in preseason or even in the games against Fulham and Arsenal. We haven't seen Zirkzee at all. So that was our first time seeing Zirkzee play this season, and he actually played really well. He looked energetic. He looked fit and ready to play. So even though I wouldn't starting Zexi is kind of like a debate, but he looked really good. But I would definitely involve him. Like he has to get involved in the game against Burnley on Saturday, whether he starts or whether he comes off on the bench, because he looks like one of our better players on the pitch. Obviously, likes of Lenny Euro and Luke Shaw had a break, so that's another positive. No injury concerns. So going into this game against Burnley, United fans obviously expect a decent result. The transfer window is almost closed. We have problems at the club. We need a goalkeeper, we need a midfielder. So hopefully this game we can bring some positivity back to the club. Hopefully we can get our first win in the season. Obviously Kobe Manu played the game against Grimsby Town. He looked pretty decent, wasn't bad. He looked okay in the midfield. Made some good passes, obviously. You know what Kobe Manu is good at? His press resistance. He's good at driving with the ball. He loses the ball. The ball always sticks to him. Yeah, so he's an option for this game also. We can bring him on probably in the second half or something like that. But yeah, he's an option for this game. And this game against Burnley, like I said, we shouldn't underestimate Burnley. They're a decent side, good team. I think, yeah, they have won a game in the Premier League this season. We haven't won a game, so we shouldn't underestimate them. And of course, we're going to be facing our former player, Annabelle Medbury. Yeah, he came in from the academy, really energetic player, really fast, and yeah, he's just like so energetic. So he's one to watch out for in the Burnley game. Yeah, so those are my thoughts for the game against Burnley. And let's jump into my predicted 11. So in goal, I would go with Altai Binder. Obviously, Ruben decided to play Andre Onana in the game against Grimsby Town. And we all saw the outcome. Onana made a lot of mistakes in the game. He couldn't come off across as well. Even in the penalty shootout, he got his hand on about 5 balls, but he didn't. He only saved one. So that's just to show how bad of a goalkeeper he is. And also the first goal that Grimsby Town scored, he got beat on his near post. So I wouldn't take the risk of playing Onana, and I don't want to see him play for United again because I just think he's not a good goalkeeper. And I personally think Altai is a better keeper than him. Now let's move into the back three. Here I'll go with Lenny Yoro, right-sided centre back. Obviously he was rested for the game against Grimsby Town. He wasn't even with the squad. One of our better players, probably the first name on the team sheet because he's a really good player. And now let's go into the central defense. Obviously, Matthias de Ligt played against Grimsby Town, looked solid, didn't really make any mistake. Yeah, so I would play him in this position. Here I will go with Luke Shaw, same as Lenny Euro. I think Luke Shaw has had a pretty decent start to the season. Obviously, wasn't involved for the game against Grimsby Town. Probably had a lot of rest, so he would definitely be one to be involved in this game. Now let's move on to the wing backs. Wing backs, I would play Ahmad Diallo as the right wing back. Obviously, Ahmad was really disappointing against Grimsby Town. It was really disappointing, unfortunately, and unexpectedly. He lost a lot of balls. Was not good at all. Obviously, you have Diego Dallo, who is more of a defensive minded player. So I don't like playing right back in this position because we play more defensive. So I would rather play Amad Diallo, who is more attacking minded and who is also decent defensively in this position. So hopefully he has a good game against Burnley. Left wing back, no debates, Patrick Dogu. Obviously, the game against Grimsby Town, that was the game where Diego Leon should have gotten his opportunity and played. But unfortunately, the game didn't turn out well. It was kind of messy. We're obviously looking to try to get a win, but we couldn't. So in those kinds of circumstances, would have been unfair to play Diego Leon in that game. Now let's go into the midfield. The midfield, obviously, Bruno Fernandes. We're a better team with Bruno. People say that Bruno should be dropped, Bruno should be dropped. But even if he plays in one of these 10 roles or as eight, as long as Bruno is in the team, we're a better team. So in this position, you could go Casemiro, you could go Garte, but personally, I want to see Kobe Menu play in this position. Kobe Menu has played as a six before. Though playing as a six limits his abilities, but I want to see him play as a six because he has played as a six before. In his debut season, he played as a six in the game against Everton. So I just want to see Kobe and Bruno in the midfield pivot together because we have never seen that in Ruben's system. So I hope we get to see this midfield two one day, and hopefully the game against Burnley will be that day. Let's go into the tents. The tents, I would go with Brandon Berman. Obviously, really unlucky to miss the penalty against Grimsby, but I don't think it really matters because what actually matters is the game in normal time, and he had a pretty decent game. Scored a really good goal. That's why we bought him. Those kinds of goals that he scored for Brentford. So it was a really good performance from him. Mateus Cunha, one of our standout players so far this season, played really well. Obviously, we know his skills, good at getting the ball, driving with the ball, shooting and stuff like that. So Mateus Cunha, obviously, put him in the team. And number 9, no doubts, but Benjamin Sesko. I think the positive in the game against Grimsby Town is that Benjamin Sesko had lots of opportunities. Even though he didn't score, I rather see my striker get lots of opportunities him than him not getting opportunities at all. Like it was good to see our striker actually getting opportunities. Even though he didn't score, it's just a matter of time that when the goals will start coming. Because obviously we know that when Rasmus Højlund was here, we didn't give him service. Like he didn't have opportunities. And it was like 50-50. Like it was his fault and also the player's fault. His fault was that he wasn't getting into the spaces where the players will make good passes to him. Like he wasn't making smart and intelligent runs. And on the other hand, the players were not supporting him, like making good passes to him. But Benjamin Sesko, so far in his little cameos and the game against Grimsby Town, you could see that he makes really good runs and he had lots of opportunities. Some say he missed the sitter, missed this, missed that. But the most important thing is that he's getting opportunities. And obviously, with the more opportunities he gets, he starts scoring goals. And when he scores his first goal, the rest will start flowing because he'll be more confident. So I will play Benjamin Sesko in this game. Hopefully, I know we're going to create lots of opportunities for him in this game because you could see the midfield too, lots of creativity. The wing back, Stogo has to improve on his crossing. Amad Diallo, attacking minded, needs to also start crossing. Obviously, with these two players behind him, he's going to get lots of service. So that's my predicted 11 for the game against Burnley on Saturday. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and I'll speak to you on the next one.